Okay, who is the victim? Is that your girlfriend?
That was my girlfriend, yes, sir.
Y'all still see each other?
We talk here and there. It's not like that. She's crazy. I learned that in the wrong way. I'm good. I want to be single now. No, I'm good.
All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole, we are reconvening at Riverbend Detention Center at 9:53 a.m. on March 19th, 2024. Would the staff at Riverbend please introduce yourself for the record? Can you hear us? You can't hear us? You're muted. Do you have staff in the room with you?
No, ma'am.
Nobody's there with you? They did. Okay. Well, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
My name is Robbie Stelling, 622-845. Date of birth is you.
I don't need the date of birth. I already got it. Thank you. Do you have a parole revocation questionnaire there in front of you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to put one up on the screen. I want you to look at it and confirm if that's your signature at the bottom of the page. Just stand by. We're going to put it up on the screen for you.
Okay.
All right. You see that form? You recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your signature at the bottom of the page dated December 29th, 23.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Based on that information, Mr. Stella, you're not eligible for appointed counsel this morning. So are you ready to proceed with your revocation proceeding?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to read the allegations against you, after which you'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, and then we'll have a conversation about your plea and what happened. And at the end, you'll be allowed to make a statement if you'd like to do so before we vote. Okay, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Stella, you're accused of violating the conditions of parole, specifically condition number 4. And it says on October 19th, 2023, you were engaged in criminal activity in East Baton Rouge Parish. You were arrested for domestic abuse battery by the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. The charge of a domestic abuse battery was no bill by the East Baton Rouge District Attorney's Office. So how do you plead to violating condition number 4? Guilty or not guilty?
I got arrested, but I didn't get
We'll talk about it. I need you to plead though. You say guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
You plead guilty? All right. And then the other one is condition number 10. And it states you are in arrears $315 toward your supervision fees.
Guilty.
So I plead guilty to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you answer Mr. Freeman's questions, please, sir?
Okay, Mr. Stella, you've been in jail 8 months?
Since October, 5 months.
Okay.
November, December, January, February, March. 5 months. November, December, January, February, March.
Okay, 6 months. We'll go
6
with 6. Let's go with
Okay.
6. All right.
Okay.
All right. Tell me what happened. What's been pretty serious? I see there's some pretty serious wounds on her.
Only wound she really had on her was her neck, where she scratched herself with her ring. That's the only thing. I didn't put my hands on her. She started punching on me. She put her hands on me. I grabbed her to get her off of me, and her ring scratched her in her neck. That's the only mark she really had on her.
What
Like,
happened to the charges? Are they finished yet?
They completely dismissed them. They never picked them up. The state never picked them up. There was no, I don't know. They told me the reason they brought me to jail, they were bringing me to jail is because I didn't have nowhere to go in Baton Rouge. I didn't have no other house to go to. That was my residence and her residence, and I had to leave the residence. Being that I didn't have nowhere to go, they was bringing me to jail. And then the next day they got a parole hold on me.
Right. All right. Okay. Who is the victim? Is that your girlfriend?
That was my girlfriend, yes, sir.
Y'all still see each other?
We talk here and there. It's not like that. She's crazy. I learned that in the wrong way. I'm good. I want to be single now. No, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, she advised that y'all had gotten in a fight the night before. Did y'all have an argument the night before too?
No, sir. We fussed the night before, but it wasn't nothing like that. Like she spazzes out. Like, bad, bad.
So y'all been having a few problems, huh?
Just fussing. She spazzes out, starts swinging on me and stuff like that.
Okay. It also states that you went into the bathroom and that's where it started. At first y'all were just arguing, but then it became physical.
Yeah, I didn't go in the bathroom on her. She was taking a bath and I went and walked to the store and came back and she was laying down on the couch and she started punching on me when I walked through the front door.
Okay, did she leave? Where did she call the cops from?
She took off outside and I don't know where she called them from. That I don't know. She took off running outside. I thought she went run to the neighbor's house or something. I don't know. She does that often.
Were you working?
I wasn't at the moment. Our truck had broke down. I wasn't working at the moment. But I'm going back when I get home. If I was to get out today, I'm going to try to get my job back at Turner.
At Turner?
At Turner, yes, sir. We're going to Turner Industries.
Okay, I have no further questions.
So, what is her name?
Megan,
What's her last name?
MEG Storms.
So why do you think Megan, as you say, spazzed out on you? What made her that way?
Her and her ex. That was another reason that I got arrested because there's so many calls to 911 of domestic from that address because her and her ex lived in that same trailer park and she never put charges on him or nothing. Meaning he wasn't the address, they never looked for him. So being that she had a bunch of domestics called under her name, I wasn't aware of none of this until that night whenever they brought me to jail. The cops are saying they stayed getting calls out there for it. Like I was in a bad situation. I'm not from Baton Rouge. I'm from Lafayette area. And
What
I
have
met
you
her.
learned from this experience?
Who I want to be single. I don't want to be around nobody. I'm gonna go home to my family, go to work, and just look out for myself for a little while. Like I've been sitting in jail for the last 5 months, just thinking every day, like I'm.
What kind of
It's
work
rough.
you did for Turner?
I was working at the pipe yard. I started off as pipe cleaner, cleaning pipe, and then within 3 weeks I was overhead crane operator. I moved up fast, so I'm pretty sure they'd give me my job back. I would just have to take a cut and pay of what they was giving me,
I think
being
you gotta
as,
work
and
quick. Mhm.
I'm willing to do that if I get a chance.
Where would you live?
I'm be at either at my sister's or my nanny's. My
Where
little
they-
cousin work. My nanny lives in Ornerville, but my little cousin works at Turner. He was getting certified to be a welder.
He live
He lives with his mama, with my nanny.
in Arnaville?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Anything you want to say to us before we vote?
I just ask for mercy. Give me one more chance to get it right. Like, man, I wish I'd have paid attention to what my family told me. Don't run off with her, just stay home. Like, there's one more chance. Like,
Well, hey, that's a lesson learned.
When you were incarcerated previously, you took a lot of programming, didn't you?
yes, ma'am.
Do you remember some of the stuff you were taught while you were taking those courses?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
did you take anger management?
Yes, ma'am. I do pretty good with my anger for the most part, but I'd be willing to take it again once if I'm released. I'd be willing to go to classes and everything. Like, I really would. Like,
Well, don't
anything,
limit
anything.
people down on you.
Just be able to give life another try and not be stuck doing this. They got me in River Bend, the worst of the worst. Like, it's bad up here. Gets it out you.
All right, I think we're ready to vote, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Staley, obviously you and this lady are, definitely have problems. I do believe there was a confrontation that night. I think you kind of let it down a little bit. There was no weapon used, but there was some scratches on her arms, neck, face, and a swollen lip. You also had some scratches on your head and neck. So you still trying to say it wasn't a little physical?
She kept grabbing on to me like this, and I would just push her off of me. Like, yeah, I pushed her off of me, but she was clenching on to me. Like, I don't understand why she, like, from knowing what her and her
Swollen
ex,
lip, I think you said the swollen lip came because your hand slipped up and
yeah, I was
Just-
trying to get her off my throat.
trying to get her off your throat. Okay. Just tell you one of those cases that's pretty much, if I revoke you today, you're gonna get right back out. Your good time date is 3/29/24, so it's all almost here. And your full term date is 3/29/26. So that's not but 2 years off. Can you stay away from her?
Yes, sir.
My vote today is gonna be do not revoke, no contact with victim. New Iberia don't use a lot of electronic monitoring. I want electronic monitoring for the first 6 months to make sure that you go nowhere where this victim is. If you get anywhere in her vicinity, we're gonna revoke. And
Okay.
hopefully it'll charge you need to learn. And I also want you to retake that anger management. Let them get you back in touch with that. Retake it and think
Okay.
about what you did.
I'll be going back on that end towards Lafayette area, so I'll be able to get in touch with the reentry coordinator and go through the thing in Lafayette.
Okay. Let us finish
She would give
voting
me an-
first. Mrs. Ledoux.
Mr. Stelly, I'm glad you have a plan, but we need to decide where you're going first. So, you're only a second class offender. I hope that you've learned something from this period of sitting. My vote today is to not revoke you, not because I don't think something happened, but because I think you've had enough time and you've been making some plans for doing better while you're sitting there. So you'll need to retake some anger management classes and have no contact with the victim.
All right, Mr. Stelly, I do concur with my colleagues. My vote also is do not revoke. Add the special condition, you have no contact with Megan Starnes and that you enroll and complete an anger management course, and your parole officer can help you get that situated.
All right.
Electronic monitoring as well for 6 months.
What's the electronic monitoring?
Like
They
Monitor
have it
mo-
at the office. You don't pay for nothing.
Okay, monitor me over electronics, over like Facebook and things like that.
Don't go and you walk around for 6 months.
Ankle monitor.
Oh, ankle monitor?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you. That's all?
Yeah, that concludes our business at River Bend. We're going to sign off at 10:06. Good luck.
All right. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, comment down below.